Okay, so we're going to do the knitting in of the hair at the hairline. It's much quicker than doing it with a crochet needle or a yarn needle. So what you do, you cut your lengths. Now, normally if you want long hair, you need 40 centimetres or 16 inches in length. But I've cut the 40 centimetres down to 20, which is about 8 inches. So what you do, so I've just knitted one with the hair colour change. I'm going to slip that piece of yarn there, and then I'm going to knit another stitch because I'm doing the hairline. I'm picking up another piece of yarn like this, popping it onto the needle, but make sure that the yarn all sits to the front because you want your hair at the front of your work, not at the back. So always make sure your yarn that you've just put over is hanging to the front. So I'm going to knit another change of, this is the change of colour for the hairline. So I've just done knit one with, put my loop over, knit one, put my loop over, knit one, loop over, knit one, loop over, knit one. Now you don't have to worry too much here adding one. You can put one here for sure, and then just knit this one. Okay, so there's your first row with your hair, and it should all be hanging down the front. Okay, so on the reverse side, what you're going to do is you're going to pick up, just make sure all your yarn is there, you're going to pick up your purl and you're going to pick up that piece of yarn. Sorry, I've just got to unravel my hair yarn. And you're going to knit the two, hang on, just go back here. So that's the hair yarn there. So you're going to knit those two together, making sure your yarn stays at the front. You're going to then go into this one and the yarn that you've added on as the loop from behind. You've just got to be really careful that you only bring over just the back of the loop, because you don't want to bring the whole piece over. So that one has kind of caught around it. Just let me remove that off. And then again, purl those two stitches together. Make sure that yarn stays down there. Once you get the hang of it, it's easy to do. So again, around your purl, this one is your purl and the loop. Purl and loop, and you'll notice that the loop is actually the hair loop is actually between the two purl stitches. That's your purl, that's your loop, that's your purl. So there you go. Looks like we've lost a piece of hair out of there. That's all right. Slip. If that has happened, it's very easy to sort out while you're on this row. Just put your loop. Must have missed that one. Put your loop down the front. Put it up onto here. Put that back up there, because you will find that sometimes your loop will look like it's disappeared. So into your purl, into your loop. Whoops, lost that one. Put it back on the needle. So into the purl and into the loop. Okay, now I'm going to show you what it should look like when it's knitted. So you've got, these aren't knitted on this side, they're only knitted to this side. So what you do is you just pull your yarns down. Just pull your yarns down. Some of them you might have to just straighten up the length of them. I'll just move that out of the way, because so that is your hair knitted into your work. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull out all the hair from here, and I want to show you. So I'm just going to go back. I'm going to reverse back onto my work so you can actually see what it looks like once you've always make sure your hair is down to the front. And then you just continue on with your hairline. So if you're just going up and you do the normal pull with the pull the top. So what you have to do here is always just make sure that your hair is done. So this is what it would look like once you've done it. So I'll just get rid of all these tangles and re-straighten the hair. But that's your hair knitted in, and that's all you have to do. Okay, and you just continue on with your knitting.